Grand Rising family, it's your girl. I am Anomaly. Thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to just bring this to your attention. It might help somebody. We might learn something in this segment. I wanted to bring to you reaction versus response. So what is reaction versus response? Well, I see how well I can explain this. In my own words at least. Reaction takes very little thought. It's instinctual. You're on the you're on the defense. And because you feel offended, you feel like you have to defend yourself. So reaction is instantaneous, no real thought is taken into account. And a lot of times, if it's not a life and death situation, you will guaranteed burn bridges, offend the other person on the receiving side, kill relationships, and or build a wedge or build on the wedge you've already started. Because chances are, if you're a reactionary person, then it just hasn't happened a couple of times or a few times. And it's usually people or a person on the other end that you do this to often. So, that's reaction. Very little thought, instinctual, instantaneous. You feel offended, so you now are on the defense, and you're very reactionary. Conversely, response. When you are in a state of responding, you take time to think. It takes time. Some people don't like that. Some people want you to spit off the poison as quickly as they're giving it to you. They want you to hit them with the same thing. Response doesn't do that. A person who's grounded in response takes time to think. That bothers people because they don't know what's on your mind at that very moment. And they shouldn't. Honestly, take time to think about what you're about to say. My dad always used to say, think twice, speak once. And in responding, you have the opportunity to do that. In responding, you may have a greater chance of not burning bridges, not offending people, right? Not killing relationships. Actually bringing the wedge closer in versus further out so that the other individual understands you and is clear that you understand them to a certain degree. The other thing is, with reaction, there isn't a whole lot of logic or reason. It's very much grounded, for the most part, in feelings because you have been offended. When you're responding, you can actually say that because you've taken the time to think, damn, this really hurt my feelings, or wow, that didn't feel so good. And you have the opportunity to process that, right? And say that to the person in response, right? Yeah, I heard that didn't feel good. Yeah, that hurt my feelings. When you respond, you have taken the time between the stimulus and the final result. That space in between is time where you can actually think, process, say to yourself, they're in their feelings right now. Okay, let me take a step back. Let me adjust myself emotionally, right? Let me breathe. That's the other thing with responding. You're breathing, you're processing, you're listening. Reaction, you're short of breath. You're not thinking. You're ready to fire off. That thing's on automatic, safety off, and you are. That's what you do when you react. And what I don't think people understand is when you react, you say things that you can't take back. You bring up stuff from the past that, whoa, we thought we were done with that, right? But you done brought that whole thing back. And it's confusing. And reaction has a far worse outcome than responding. again, the two main differences, when you react, you've taken very little time to think. Use your mind, use your logic and reason. And yes, I'm in my emotions, Asmer. I can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You want to know what it's called? Training. Yep. Training. Because you trained yourself to react. You can train yourself to respond. Responding is the opposite. Responding, you take time. You're thinking, right? And that's the main difference between these two characteristics, right? One takes no time to think. They have been offended, their feelings are hurt, and they gonna let you know that. Responding, and they do it in a very non-tactful way. It's super crass, very offensive, because they feel like they've been offended, right? Responding is quite different. Responding is like, oh, okay, we processed this. I heard what you just said. So whatever I just said to you, you took that as an offense. All right, I'm processing that. Hearing what you're saying, I'm processing that. So reacting and responding, we could really learn something. Listen, if you don't care about your relationships, you don't care how people feel, you're fine with your blood pressure going up, your heart rate going up, your stress level going up, gray hairs on you, new ones, old ones, or whatever. If you don't care about all of that, you care about aging, you don't care about any of that, continue to react, by all means. If you are an individual who's just like, I'm really drama free, I'm really not, I'm not with all of that, let's see if we can effectively communicate, let's see if we can effectively do something that will help us find a solution to this seemingly problem, to the seeming problem, something that seems like a problem, then let's do that. That's response. So you want to stay young, stay vital, stay beautiful, less gray hairs, healthy, then respond. Because responding gives you an opportunity to think logically and within reason, and also process your feelings so that you can verbalize them in a way that communicates it to the other person effectively. When you're in reaction mode, use reaction when you're being chased down by like a hyena or a mountain lion or something, or something like that. You're trying to save somebody from drowning. React. Use your reactionary. Yeah, because that's instinctual. You're not thinking boom, 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 right? In self-defense, react, right? Got that. But when it comes to relationships that you care about, people that you care about, respond. Think twice, speak once. My dad used to say that to us all the time. So family, if I left you with anything today in these 8 minutes, it is please use your higher self. You can. Yes, you can. Be your higher self. Is it easy? Not always. But when you begin to make it a habitual, a habit, when it becomes habitual, it becomes easier. You will see the changes in your life and within your relationships. And also, it's for you. It's for you. Love yourself enough to not want to spew poison. Love yourself enough to seek to understand and be understood. That's what I have for you today. Love and light. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me because this one was a doozy for me. But yeah.